Skytech has been absolutely crushing it when it comes to price to performance, especially when you compare it to all the other gaming PCs that I've reviewed. But today, we're looking at a heavy hitter. I've talked about this one on the channel before, but now I've finally got one in the studio. This is our 100% honest and not sponsored review of the Skytech O11V. This specific configuration that we have here for you comes with a 9800X3D CPU and 5090 GPU. And because of popular demand, we also tested the 5080 version of this PC as well. In this video, we're gonna cover it all. I'm gonna quickly take you through the unboxing, pushing it to the limit with gaming and creator benchmarks, diving deep into the build quality, the internals, thermals, and fan noise. We also break down the pricing to show you exactly how its price to performance stacks up against the competition. And lastly, my overall top likes and dislikes. And look, if you decide that the O11 isn't right for you after seeing what I found, just keep watching because I'm also going to be sharing with you some alternative PCs that I recommend for every budget. I'm going to include links down below for all the products that I mentioned, as well as tag directly on this video or using a QR code if you're watching on a TV. I guarantee that by the end of this video, you will know if this PC is right for you or not. But if you still have any questions after watching this entire video, just shoot me a comment, and if you're publicly subscribed, I guarantee a personal response. This video is sponsored by Corsair. Want to save up to $3,000 on a high-performance Corsair gaming PC? Check out Corsair's certified refurbished and revival series to save up to 40% on professionally restored performance-ready systems. Both lines are rigorously tested and backed by a 90-day warranty. The certified refurbished line features Vengeance gaming PCs. Arriving in non-original packaging, they're in excellent condition, meaning they look and feel brand new with zero physical blemishes. The revival series features the ultra-compact Corsair 1 and Revival LP PCs. Covering excellent and good conditions, they might have minor blemishes and exclude non-essential accessories, but offer even deeper discounts. Plus, a portion of every Revival sale supports Sailors for the Sea and Veritree to conserve oceans and plant trees. Get premium performance without the premium price. Click the two links below to shop the Refurbished and Revival series today. Alright, now let's rewind back into the past real quick and check out what came in the box. Ooh, that looks pretty. First thing we got in here is a little Skytech folder with a random PCIe cable inside. A thank you for choosing Skytech card, quick start guide, troubleshooting guide, and for peace of mind, a quality control certificate. Then a single Wi-Fi antenna by itself, a SATA cable for any extra hard drives that you might want to add, your super massive power cable, and then like all Skytech PCs, a K1000 keyboard. The main letter keys felt pretty solid, but I must admit the spacebar was a bit lacking. Just felt kind of cheap. And of course, we also got a Skytech M1200N gaming mouse. I really have always loved these Skytech mice. They've just got a really nice look and feel to them, and probably the least sweaty that my hands ever get due to its design. And speaking of design, both the mouse and keyboard look really cool with all those RGB lights on, especially in the dark. Then we've got a bubble wrap bag with a GPU adapter cable, PCIe Molex SATA cable, and a GPU support bracket. Then embedded into this side foam, we've got a box with a massive amount of extra screws for this Lian Li case. Ooh, smells like fresh greatness. So getting into the design, this PC was built with the Lian Li O11Vision case. This was a good choice as it's one of the most popular out there. I have been noticing an overall trend with PC gamer performance, and it seems like over time, more and more gamers are opting for this panoramic glass panel design. It's definitely built more for the best look, but not necessarily for the best airflow. We'll talk about that more in the thermal section. We do have a nice amount of fans here with a total of 8, but all 6 of these on this side are all intakes. The only 2 exhausts exhaust are over here on the back. And obviously with there being glass on the top, no ventilation where heat naturally accumulates. And these 3 fans back here are actually part of this PC's AIO liquid cooling system for the CPU. And for those of you new to PC gaming, this is the most important part of keeping your CPU cool. This CPU cooling block right here uses a liquid to take the heat that's generated from the CPU and quickly transfer it up through one of these tubes into a 360mm radiator back here where the heat is then spread out. Usually this is on top of the PC and the fans quickly blow that heat out of the case. This one chose to pull fresh, cool air from outside the case to cool down that radiator, but then technically also blowing that CPU heat back into the case. To access the internals, you first need to remove 4 screws back here to pop off that side glass panel. To the right of our CPU is our 6000 MHz DDR5 RAM. What Skytech chose for this build were 2 16GB sticks of Gale Orion V for a total of 32GB. Gonna be honest, I've never heard of this RAM before. And looking at the back, it doesn't have the best timings, but we are in a pretty tough RAM market right now, so I guess beggars can't be choosers. Performance is what really matters though, and we're gonna get to that here in a sec. Then underneath the CPU, behind this metal heatsink, is our main drive, which is a 2TB ADATA Legend 860. And when we tested it, we got speeds of a little over 6GB per second read and a little over 5 write. The MVP of this PC though, and the most expensive by far, this GPU. This one they included in here is a Zotac Gaming Solid OC5090, which is massive. Design-wise, I've seen better, but it actually does fit pretty well with everything else this Prebuilt has going on. And because you can't even get this GPU at MSRP right now, the cost of this GPU alone is $3,700. One thing I love about this GPU though, and I know it sounds like a small thing, but it actually has this little extra cable right here which finally syncs the GPU RGB with the rest of your PC. All GPUs should have this. Behind the GPU, we also have 2 extra SSD slots for more high-speed storage. This all sits on an ASRock X870 Pro A Wi-Fi motherboard, and you can see here that the way that it's laid out, there is 1 extra PCIe slot underneath the GPU still available for any extra expansion cards that you might want to add in the future. Then swinging around to the back, this panel actually pops out without any tools. And here you can see we have an impressive amount of space and this swinging door with plenty of extra mounting holes for extra 2.5-inch SATA SSDs. And then even more back here that will fit 3.5-inch mechanical hard drives. And lastly, underneath that, to power everything, they give you a modular XPG Core Shift 2 VE 1000 watt 80 plus gold power supply. And as far as connectivity, you've got plenty of USBs with a total of 9 USB-As and 3 super fast high-powered USB-Cs. Now software-wise, I do actually appreciate that it came pre-installed with Signal RGB. This app I actually recommend in all of my gaming PC reviews. Most RGB software has a lot of trouble syncing everything. Not this one. This one has the most creative and beautiful animations out of them all. By the way, if this GPU RGB is not syncing, just hold this little button on the side to get it put back in RGB sync mode. They also include 2 links on the desktop for easy registration of your new PC and a page for quick support if you have any issues, which is a small thing, but I think it's a nice touch. Now for the fan profiles for your thermals, no stock software for that, but the BIOS does have some great fan presets that are easy to modify. There's also plenty of other options throughout the rest of the BIOS as well if you want to fine tune and tweak any of your settings further. Now for the fan noise, these were my results after testing each of the main fan profiles in my studio, which is a much quieter than normal room with very little ambient noise. In quiet mode, it hit about 41.5 decibels. And then during gaming and performance mode, it brought the fan noise up to about 43.8 decibels. And you can see this is about average when you compare it to the rest of the competition. Now for the thermals. You can see in our thermal imaging time-lapse from computer off to full-on gaming that as usual, we do get some heat building up on the glass right next to the GPU. But you can see on the front panel, we also get some heat buildup because those 3 intake fans are blowing CPU heat back into the case. Taking off the glass panel reveals the heat a little bit more in detail. You can see that understandably, most of it is coming from that super powerful 5090 GPU. The large majority of our thermal testing was spent in actual gameplay. And these were our average CPU temperatures for 8 different games at 1080p resolution for both the 5080 and 5090 versions of this PC. Obviously, the 5090 version made this case significantly hotter, but when you look at both versions compared to all the other recent PCs that we've tested, they both have the coolest 9800 X3D CPUs that we've seen yet. Then jumping into 4K gaming, we organized this chart by the GPU because high resolution gaming puts a lot more pressure on the GPU and eases up on the CPU. Here you can see that the 5080 version was a little cooler than the other 5080 PCs, but the 5090 version was actually the coolest 5090 out of all the gaming PCs that we've ever tested. I mean, aside from that $8,000 Origin PC Arachnid with a water-cooled 5090. Now getting into the performance and gaming benchmarks, and up next, the most important part of this review, the price to performance ratios. For Cinebench R23, which simulates its 3D rendering power, you can see that we understandably did not get a very high score here compared to all the other PCs with Intel CPUs. AMD X3D CPUs, like the one in this PC, are just not the best for multi-core rendering. And we got similar results in our other main 3D rendering benchmark as well. Our V-Ray performance score again shows this PC to be in the lower range for this kind of task. For actual gameplay though, these were our average and 1% low FPS numbers that we got for several games at their highest preset settings at 1080p, 1440p, and 4K gaming resolutions for the 5080 version. And these were our FPS numbers for those same gaming resolutions for the top tier higher end 5090 version of this PC. And averaging all those games together and comparing with the rest with 1440p gaming, the 5080 version ranked about average compared to similar spec PCs, and the 5090 version one of the highest in its top tier category. Moving up to 4K gaming is where things get exciting. Both the 5080 version and 5090 version of this PC had the highest average FPS in their categories than all the other gaming PCs. These are some very impressive numbers. Now, as far as factoring in the price to performance of this PC, right now at the time of this recording, this PC just went back up in price to $5,500 for the black version, but thankfully still $5,000 for the white version. And buying directly from Skytech, you're looking at a staggering $6,000. But then looking further, you can see why it's that much. They stuffed it with 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM and 4 terabytes of SSD storage. The cost of those two components has absolutely skyrocketed recently. But honestly, you don't need 64 gigabytes of RAM for gaming. I never even see games use all of 32. These are the charts I know you guys care the most about though. Your actual FPS per dollar value at every gaming resolution. You can see here that the 5080 version is almost the best value PC you can get with the 5080, and the 5090 version is now the new champion for the best price to performance ratio for that top tier GPU at 4K gaming. Honestly, you're wasting the power of this PC if you don't plan to game at 4K. Or at least 1440p. Now, if you're understandably at an entirely different price point, these are my recommendations for every budget. They'll be tagged directly on this video or in the comments and description below. Obviously, I just showed you that the 5080 version of this PC is an incredible deal right now compared to the competition when you look to its dollar per FPS ratio. This one is $3,000. $2,000 less than the top tier version with a 5090. Yes, those 5090s are a bit insane right now. Another one for that exact same price that I highly recommend is the Corsair Vengeance A7 500 that I reviewed, also with the 5080. One added bonus with Corsair though is that you get double the return period at 60 days and double the warranty at 2 years. If you need to be closer to $2,000, then your best bet would definitely be this CyberPower PC with a 7800 X3D and 9070 XT. This three-sided glass panel design is one of my favorites. The specific configuration that I reviewed is slightly different than this one, but here are the FPS we got with another gaming PC with those exact specs. This CyberPower PC will perform very similar to this. And it's the exact PC that had the most purchases through my links over the past 30 days. If you need to be closer to 1500, then I would get this Lenovo Legion Tower with a 5060 Ti GPU. Most PCs right now in this price range only have a 5060. Around $1,000 is the lowest that I'd go for a gaming PC. That would only be for semi-decent gameplay and low graphic settings. In this range, I'd get the ABG PC Max with the 5600X and 5060. I also thoroughly tested this exact PC, so here are the exact FPS that you can expect with this one. Overall, I'd say that this PC definitely checks all the boxes. I was a little concerned with that questionable RAM at first, but the performance proved that to be a non-issue. What matters the most is the price to performance value, and both versions of this PC knocked that out of the park. This is also one of the most beautiful pre-built gaming PCs that I've seen yet. Now, if you do decide to purchase this PC PC or any of the others that I mentioned, then please remember to use my affiliate links in the comments and description below, or tag directly on this video, or using a QR code if you're watching on a TV, as I get a small commission at no cost to you for every single purchase made. And it's actually a major factor in keeping this channel going and getting better and better for you. Also, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe with notifications turned on to stay up to date with all of my latest tech and gaming PCs. PC gaming is awesome, but trust me, please do not let it take over your life. What helps me mentally is getting outside, staying active, eating healthy, and spending more time with my family. Also, studies have shown that reading the Bible at least 4 times a week can massively boost your mental health, and I can attest to that. And if you are a little skeptical about the Bible, then check out the book or documentary, The Case for Christ.